Welcome to HotDrama TV. The wedding scenes in The Prisoner of Beauty have set the internet on fire. Here's why fans are still not over them. Even though The Prisoner of Beauty officially wrapped its final episode days ago, the buzz around it isn't fading. In fact, it's blazing stronger than ever. And at the center of this heat, two particular scenes that aired in episodes 29 and 32, both of which have now gone viral for being the emotional and romantic high points of the entire show. Starring Song Zuer and Liu Yuning, this Chinese historical political romance had already captivated audiences with its stunning production, enemies to lovers tension, and undertones of fate, betrayal and redemption. But the wedding night scenes? They took things to another level, one that fans are calling legendary, perfectly restrained, and even a masterclass in slow-burn storytelling. A drama rooted in power and passion. Since its premiere, The Prisoner of Beauty has intrigued viewers with its tightrope balance of palace politics and raw emotional arcs. The story revolves around Wei Xiao, played by Liu Yuning, a high-ranking military figure torn between duty and desire, and Xiao Qiao, portrayed by Song Zuer, a noblewoman-turned-political pawn whose intelligence and vulnerability make her one of the most layered female leads in recent C-dramas. Their relationship begins with distrust, conflict, and subtle manipulation, classic enemies to lovers fare, but gradually unfolds into something deeper and more soul-stirring. This emotional crescendo culminates in two scenes that fans say were worth waiting 28 episodes for. Episode 29. The moment that almost was. In episode 29, Wei Xiao and Xiao Qiao finally share their first night as husband and wife. Not just in name but in actual vulnerable presence. After episodes of clashing swords, both literal and emotional, the two find themselves alone in the bridal chamber. What follows is not a rushed love scene, but something far more intimate. Unspoken feelings, soft glances, and that unmistakable shift from tension to tenderness. Just when it seems the moment is about to ignite into something more, bam! A messenger storms in with urgent military news. The interruption is so abrupt it drew real-time groans from viewers across streaming platforms. "I've never been so mad at fictional war news," one viewer quipped. But that tension left unresolved made the next moment all the more explosive. Episode 32. The scene that shattered the internet. No interruptions. No messengers. Just two characters fully aware of their past wounds, choosing to be emotionally naked in a room full of history. In episode 32, the spark that began days earlier finally ignites, but not in the over-the-top way you might expect. Instead, the show delivers a restrained, poetic, visually breathtaking portrayal of love built over time and hardship. There's eye contact that lingers just too long, hands that hesitate then reach, breathless dialogue delivered in whispers, and a kiss that barely lasts 2 seconds, but hits harder than any passionate make-out session. "This wasn't steamy, it was sublime," one fan posted. Another wrote, "Whoever choreographed this deserves a raise and a shrine. It wasn't just a scene, it was an experience." Too hot for the novel? Interestingly, Liu Yuning himself admitted in a livestream that the original novel's version of the wedding night was far more intense. "If we had filmed it the way it was written," he said with a grin, "the director and we might have ended up in jail." That playful comment only heightened anticipation. So when the episodes aired, fans were surprised not by how wild the scenes were, but by how emotionally potent they felt, without showing much at all. It was elegance over excess, suggestion over spectacle. The tension was thick, but the execution was refined. Watching themselves watching us, adding another layer of delight. Both Song Zuer and Liu Yuning watched the scenes live with fans. Song Zuer, ever the shy one, visibly blushed, covering her face and mumbling, "Is this really okay to watch?" Meanwhile, Liu Yuning tried to keep it cool, attributing the scene's depth to directorial guidance, while his ears turned bright red. He also confessed he needed a little drink beforehand for courage, a reveal that made fans swoon even more. The realness of the moment only deepened the connection between cast and audience. It wasn't just a performance anymore, it was shared vulnerability. Chemistry that transcends scripts. Of course, none of this would work without the sizzling, perfectly timed chemistry between the leads. Liu Yuning and Song Zuer have been praised throughout the series for their compatibility, but episodes 29 and 32 sealed the deal. These two aren't just good together. They're phenomenal. Netizens quickly took to social media demanding another project featuring the pair. Preferably a modern romance this time, where they can flirt in jeans and hoodies instead of embroidered robes and hairpins. One popular suggestion: an adaptation of The Poisonous Queen of the General's Family, a high-tension modern romance with just the right amount of angst and intimacy. Fan comments poured in. Let them flirt in coffee shops next. This is a drama power couple in the making. Put them in anything together, and I'll watch it twice. A viral explosion. The numbers speak for themselves. According to World Journal, the hashtag related to the wedding night scenes trended with over 1 billion views within 48 hours. That's massive, even by the standards of Chinese dramas, where viral numbers are often inflated. But this time the engagement felt organic. Fans weren't just praising the leads, they were breaking down body language, interpreting subtle lines of dialogue, and applauding the creative decision to make passion feel poetic. One fan's viral comment summed it up best. "This wasn't a kissing scene. This was poetry." Another added, "Now this is how you do slow burn romance. Take notes, everyone else." What this means for C-drama storytelling. The Prisoner of Beauty may have ended, but its impact on how romance can be portrayed in historical dramas is only just beginning. Instead of falling into clichés, the show chose to elevate its romantic moments into art, treating physical intimacy not as spectacle, but as a reflection of character development and emotional vulnerability. It's a powerful reminder that sometimes the most unforgettable scenes aren't the loudest or the boldest. They're the ones that trust the audience to feel the unspoken, to sit with silence, to recognize trembling fingers and darting eyes as signs of love louder than words. Final thoughts. Romance isn't dead. It's just smarter now. In an age where so many dramas chase shock value, The Prisoner of Beauty chose restraint, emotion, and pacing, and in doing so it made history. The wedding scenes in episodes 29 and 32 weren't just romantic, they were revolutionary. They proved that emotional intimacy, when done right, can be more impactful than anything physical. As the credits roll on this breakout series, one thing's clear. Song Zuer and Liu aren't just leads in a drama. They're storytellers who made us believe in slow burn love again. And judging by the millions of fans still replaying those scenes on loop, we're not ready to let go.